Bowling Green, Mitch Benson of Colgate. Now they got a homegrown stud in net, Jacob Fowler. Lane to Quinn Hutson. They can't connect. Comes loose. Right in front, Celebrini. Tried to set up Hutson, but a good stick from Jakob Bengtsson broke up the grade A chance. Hutson now into a crowd. Behind the net, Green center. Celebrini snaps one on goal. But Fowler able to make the stop. Jakob Bengtsson, a good stick. You're seeing some good opportunities, though, for BU.
Yeah, just moving the puck around here. They're getting into some of the quiet areas. A nice play there defensively right there by Bengtsson to just make sure that he gets a stick on that puck, doesn't allow that wide open net. But you're looking at both teams here have come out. They have some good offensive chances. I like the way both defenses and both goaltenders have responded.
You got a fourth-line matchup here, and for BU, that means some big bodies. You've got the 6'1" Stevens, the 6'3" Grimes, and the 6'5" Shane LaChance. He's Jack Parker's grandson. Parker, of course, coached the Terriers for 40 years, won 3 national championships. As that one skids through, it's Posma to set up Connor Joyce, and he can bang this one out. Trouble in transition. That one pushed down deep by Posma as the hitting picks up a bit. This is year 2 of the missed it short side. It'll come all the way around where Ambrosio can tip it ahead to Smith. And he'll stash that one high for a line change, but he tested Caron's glove just in case. Celebrini didn't get all of that pass, and time for Eamon Powell to take a breather. Get it over to Drew Fortescue, Rangers draft pick. General manager Chris Drury, of course, a Terrier legend. He's the GM of the Rangers. He traded up to get Drew Fortescue last summer. That one tipped toward Caron, made a nice save on the Ambrosio redirection. Celebrini out to center. Luke Tuck triggering Quinn Hutson free. Lane jumps into the rush. Couldn't get it to him. Pinballed around, and the arm is up for a penalty. As that one eludes the target, down for an icing. And let's see what we have.
They can be so dangerous, and that is what Jay Pandolfo talks about, wanting to create the chaos. Quick movement, quick shots off the pass, ready for puck retrieval, getting rebounds.
Near the face-off dot, it's LaChance, Quinn Hutson, and Green. But back by the blue line is where they really make it happen. Lane Hutson and Macklin Celebrini, you're not going to find a better combination on the power play anywhere in the country.
No, and that's what makes this unit so difficult to defend. The fact that they have basically 5 great shooters all the way top to bottom as we get an offside there.
Satisfied with how their teams were playing this year. They have identical 16-4-1 records. They're, of course, the top 2 teams in the country, but the standard has been set even higher, it would seem, for both BU and BC.
And there's room for improvement. Both clubs, they're both playing very well, but you know you can't turn an on-off switch on all the time.
One-timer, Quinn Hutson got handcuffed on it. Manetian got a stick in there. 1:13 to go on the power play. Cross-check on the BU transfer, Jamie Armstrong, and a giveaway. Here's Oscar Yelvy. Cuts to the middle. Lane Hutson seals him off, and there's some room for Celebrini to curl in front of his net. Macklin Celebrini, the youngest player in college hockey. Some people think he still might be the best player in college hockey. Not going to turn 18 until June, just in time for this summer's NHL draft. Here he is, one-timer, safe, Fowler, rebound, stopped as well. 2 big saves with that right pad from Jacob Fowler.
And the second one, a little accidental the way it gets back on net, but he needed as much push with the right pad there, Fowler did, to keep that out of the net.
Some of his best work this year has come on the penalty kill. Recently had a 12-game run where his PK save percentage was 96.5. Kaplan at the circle, hammered that.
Guys, no, we're not calling this. These little bumps are not going to be called. I love that. Let these guys play. Let them play a little bit physical. You don't have to, dissect this game. These are 2 talented teams. Let them play.
Top lines are out there. Boston College, it's Gauthier centering Gasso and Yelvik. Boston University, Celebrini with Hutson and Tuck. You mentioned that last name, Tuck. His brother Alex played for Boston College. Luke always seems to love playing against his brother's old team. He's got 5 goals in his career against BC. And wind it back about 10 years ago, the last top 5 matchup between these 2 teams. A 5-3 win for BU, number 5 versus number 3. Alex Tuck had an assist in that game for BC. Jack Eichel had a goal in that game for BU. Two guys traded for each other at the NHL level a couple of years ago. Canadiens goes behind the net for Armstrong. Grad transfer from one end of Com Ave to the other. And then Powell shovels it over to Menedian. Off the M boards, it came out toward Macklin Celebrini. Armstrong got to it first. Will be Ambrosio up on the third line tonight. Will Votes was hit hard late in Sunday's game against Merrimack. He's going to be unavailable today. Celebrini goes for a skate back toward his own end.
Yeah, that was an awkward hit on Sunday. Just he was falling to the stretch pass, connects, then you get an opportunity heading toward the net there. Schamberger just couldn't finish that one off.
They've got such a quick and structured breakout format. Even if you know it's coming, it's tough to defend. As LaChance will poke that one ahead. Doug Grimes feathers it through for Stevens, splits the defense, gets a backhander on save by Fowler. Willander swipes that one off the boards. There's some room for Gustafsson. That one snagged by LaChance. The Terriers are back in. The shot was canceled out by Gustafsson. That's up and out of play as he takes a tumble. Greg Brown really wanted attention to detail this week.
When he made the decision, he had to ask himself, if I didn't spend 4 years at BU, where would I want to play? And BC made a ton of sense. He's just the second transfer, though, from BU to BC in the 106-year history of this rivalry, according to BU Hockey Stats. Guys.
Certainly a rare occurrence, but a kid growing up in Rhode Island is Jovic threads the needle, and a shot by Gauthier was shouldered away by Caron. You grew up in New England, you wind up admiring a lot of different programs, and certainly these two.
You certainly do. I love that Jay Pandolfo mentioned the fact that he still stays in touch with Armstrong. And, you can see great coach-player relationships that Pandolfo certainly fosters.
Armstrong, 94 games as a Terrier, a big part of that run to the Frozen Four they had last year. Both of these teams have their sights set on a Frozen Four berth this season. So in Gauthier, headed ahead to Jelvik, and he'll bang that one in. And here's Case McCarthy. Kind of the poster child of the unfinished business that BU has. He was injured during their run to the Frozen Four last year. And now a hooking penalty called to keep it away from Smith.
And BU's going to get a little bit more active with their sticks in the lanes. They've had too many opportunities for BC to find the back door. Haven't connected, but it's getting a little dangerous for BU.
Macklin Celebrini tried to guide one through to Willander, but it got a piece of Perreault. Late first rounder for the New York Rangers, Gabe Perreault from Hinsdale, Illinois. That's just an hour away from where the Hudsons grew up in North Barrington. A little bit of room here for Macklin Celebrini. Quinn Hutson joins him. Celebrini's shot would not go. See that quick release from the Vancouver freshman. 4 consecutive games with a goal for Macklin Celebrini, including multi-goal games against both UNH and Vermont the last couple of weeks.
And Fowler right there, really well positioned. Gets out, he's high. That was more of a save of positioning than it was reaction.
Quinn Hutson surrounded by those spiffy gold jerseys. A new look today with these sweaters for Boston College. Reverse retro. They've got the Eagle logo from the 1980 for some of the best players in the country at this level. Fortescue will fire it all the way across. Tipped there, so no icing. And Willander will wait to settle the puck. Speedy Nick Zabinet up the right side, but he stopped by Perreault. Got the pass back from Leonard. Perreault across to the middle. Big save by Caron. It stayed out point blank for Will Smith. Another chance for Leonard. His shot was blocked, and now it's Peterson the other way. And you have to be on edge anytime that second line is out there for Boston College.
And just another great feed. Love it. Love it. You never know when you take a photo what you're wearing and how it'll come back to you 3, 5, 10 years later.
Here's Ryan Green at center. Blackhawks second rounder dropped it back to Kaplan. Shoulder save made by Fowler. Over the top, and Hudson will retreat. Icing is the call there. Devin Kaplan, his goaltender Matthew Caron says based off practice, Kaplan has the best shot he's ever had to face. So maybe seeing some new guys in that category tonight for Boston College, but tough save made here by Fowler.
Yeah, it's a nice look there by Green just to drop that one off, and then you have some traffic moving, and you have to make the goaltender make the save right there. BC gets the clear out, but still the icing, so BU with a little bit of an advantage here off this draw.
Terriers making a comeback in the face-off battle. See if they can do the same on the scoreboard. Kaplan down low, kept it away from Powell. It's Jack Hughes, the LA Kings second-round draft pick. Lane Hutson faces up. Room at the circle. Hutson tangling inside, couldn't finish the play. Perreault with the steal, threads the needle. Leonard couldn't quite get there, but he's a step ahead of Willander to wave off the icing. Loose for Will Smith. Centering feed. Gustafsson holding, and that one bounced wide. Might have got a piece of Kaplan on the way through. Bankston setting up Gustafsson. He'll fling that one across. Airmed over to Gasso. Bankston straight away to the circle for Gustafsson. Tight angle, and it's sealed off near side by Caron. Gustafsson's dad, Marcus, had one of the biggest goals in college hockey history to win the 1999 national championship for Maine over their arch rival UNH.
Saw Celebrini hold his head a little bit there. Listen, that was probably 2 posts that BU have hit. That's probably their best look this period.
Jacob Fowler spinning a gem so far. Freshman got off to an electric start to the season, and one of the best penalty kill goaltenders in the nation. Stopped all 19 Terrier shots so far. Blow this one dead. I want to remind you that the 2024 Hockey East Men's Championship returns to TD Garden Friday, March 22nd and Saturday, March 23rd. You might see these two teams there. Don't miss out on the most competitive conference tournament in the country, as 11 teams battle for the Lamoriello Trophy. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Of course, BU looking to defend the title. Lane Hutson had the game winner to beat Merrimack in overtime. That was their 10th Hockey East Championship in program history. More than anybody in the conference except Boston College, who has 11.
One thing I always let people remember about the Hockey East tournament, the modern version, single elimination.
Beautiful.
And it is, you know, you might feel great as the number 1, number 2 seed, but you just never know what happens in a single game.
BU winning as the top seed last year was a rare occurrence. Here's Quinn Hutson on the move. Will Smith angles him to the circle, takes the shot, and another post hit. That is 3 tonight by the Terriers. Celebrini muscles it to keep it in for a moment. Manetian found a way out, and it's pushed ahead to Smith. Here he comes with Perreault, a 2-on-1. Smith finds Perreault, and he scores!
A couple of weeks ago against Providence, where you just explode. You know, you never know, but I don't think there's a lot to it. It just seems to be that this team can certainly keep up with the pace of the game as it gets on.
Savinen, that would have been a big moment for BU, but Fowler stands tall. Man, is he having a great night. We talk about the second period, Jimmy. You know, BC, they're plus in every period so far, but we do take another look here on Savinet's shot.
Savinet, another great shot. Save number 20 in this game here for Jacob Fowler as he looks calm and collected. Again, way out top. He's got the skates at the top of the blue. That just shows confidence.
Wilmer off the face-off. He'll set up Hutson. Shot was tipped. Saved by Fowler. Thrown to the wall by Fortescue. Wilmer. The skates of Peterson. He'll work it to the wall. Third periods for BC, they're still up, but not as dominant as second period. So maybe you could say a little inconsistent periods 1 through 3. BU, they're pretty much even across the board as Wilmer's shot was blocked. Terriers plus 11 in the first period, plus 11 in the second period, and plus 12 in the third. We'll see if they have a big final 20. If the score stays 2-0. Looking for Gasso. They give him the tip. So no icing. Aid Weber ahead to Stevens. Terrier fourth line going to work. LeChance to the middle. Stevens keeps it himself. Look, a hit from Fortescue. 10 seconds left in period 2. To the circle, Hutson, backhander, batted around, and that'll do it for period 2. It is 2-0 Boston College. And to Underway in period 3. There's a steal from Macklin Celebrini. He's had some looks tonight, but Fowler has turned him aside every time. Feathered across for Willander. Looking middle. Quinn Hutson missed the target. That one's up and out of play. And with 19:39 to go in period 3, let's send it down to Laura Stickles.
Well, guys, at the intermission, I spoke with Boston University assistant coach Tim Brandvold, and he says offensively they need to do a better job at getting inside. He does feel like Fowler is giving up some second chances, so he thinks they can capitalize on rebounds. Now, defensively, he says they need to do a better job at getting back more quickly. Not necessarily back-checking quicker, but getting back before they even need to back-check, so that way they're not below plays. Guys?
Thanks, Lauren. Of course, it's a big matchup on the national stage, but BU trying to stave off their first Hockey East loss since October 13th. The upset defeat in their opener at UNH, who's having a phenomenal year. But since then, BU is 11-0-1 in their last 12 conference games. Urshuk setting up Manedian, had nowhere to go, so tapped it down low to Jack Malone. He was the guy that Jay Pandolfo said beyond the top 6 forwards, we have to keep an eye on him. Brogio. It out to Manedian. Tuck watches him. Took it away. To blow it there with an offside. Sold out at Gaines Arena on the other side of ComAb. 7 o'clock puck drop. That game will follow Maine at New Hampshire in the Women's Hockey East Conference on NESN Plus at 4 o'clock. A great weekend of Hockey East play continues. We're heading toward the home stretch. The most competitive top-to-bottom conference in this great game. Willander has to go get that misfired pass from Tuck. Armstrong made his life difficult. He'll have to throw it to the near side. Hudson and Celebrini eventually find a way out. Tuck is harried by Manedian, but now it's Celebrini carving his way ahead. Got it to Quinn Hutson, holding, shooting, and he just missed his short side. And a couple of looks in the early going here in period 3. Quinn Hutson is a guy that Jay Pandolfo really likes in the goal-scoring department. Of course, his younger brother Lane gets all the headlines, but Hudson's a top-line right winger for a reason.
Certainly very, very solid player, but you know, the one thing I'm noticing about BU right now, they're getting looks, they're missing the net far too often, and that's going to be a focus here, because you might not beat the goaltender, but at least you can generate some second chances. We haven't seen a lot of second chance opportunities this third period.
Chance to spring Peterson free. A chance at the circle, turns and shoots. That hit an Eagle stick. And it's Stevens on the other end. Fourth line gets out there for the Terriers. Against line 1 for BC. Lane Hutson now. From the circle, snatched by Fowler. And there's the pileup in the crease. Season. Celebrini wins the offensive zone draw. It's 4-on-4 matching roughing penalties after that fracas in the blue paint.
It looked like BU might have been going to the power play as Grimes took one to the face, but then a little retaliation by Grimes puts him in the box as well, so we're 4-on-4.
Urshuk is out for 2 minutes for BC. When these teams play just about anybody else, you'll see their speed and skill advantage in open ice hockey like this. But when it's 1 and 2, BU and BC might have another stalemate out here.
Yeah, they do cancel each other out, and neither team looks like they're taking a lot of big chances here, 4-on-4.
Celebrini turns away from Fortescue. Hudson at the circle. Tough angle shot saved by Fowler. Hudson took it away, centering. Willander with a shot blocker save. Fowler, good setup from Celebrini. Here's Smith to drag it ahead, swatted forward by Tuck as he comes off the ice, and now it's McCarthy.
Either side.
Tom Willander, coast to coast, lost the handle at the last moment. Powell had to go grab his stick. Willander muscled off the puck by Fortescue. Drew Fortescue goes for a long skate. That's off of Karan. Gasso can reset. Gets it to Charlie Leddy, the Devils' 4th rounder. Well-managed third period so far from a Boston College team that has allowed more goals than they would like in third periods this year. So far, so good. Here comes Schamberger. This defense there from Sam Stevens. Hutson now will flutter a puck. Didn't get all of it, and that's Pozma to grab it and put it right back into Caron. Kept it away from the lurking Joyce. Terriers having a tough time breaking out.
It's at the other end of the ice by Cade Weberfield right now.
If Will Smith is able to hammer one of those home, this game might be all but over. Now Lane Hutson, they have the equalizer in there. Quinn Hutson dropped it back to Celebrini. They couldn't connect. Well, the Terriers hit 3 posts in that second period, but sometimes the pipe can be your pal.
That one off the inside of the pipe and in.
Great pressure here from Andre Gasso. So much skill between these teams, especially the top 6 forwards, but the dirty work they're doing tonight really stands out. That's what makes this rivalry so great. Quinn Hutson holding off Pozma. Schamberger bumped him off the puck. Now it's Joyce near center. McCarthy grabbed it, but had to give it right back to him, and there's the dump in for a BC line change. You're going to get 2 new blue liners out there at the very least with Gustafsson and Bankston. That split the intended targets of Q's goal. Green had a 3-point weekend against Vermont. He's heating up a little bit. And a 2-1 lead for Boston College.
Coaches love talking about puck luck, and certainly for BU, you feel like maybe you didn't have enough of it thus far.
Tuck got there just in time in front of Manetium. Will keep playing. Jelvik spun down by Willander. Hudson gave it away. Over the top, Jelvik looking for a lane. Slowed down a little by Lane Hutson, but he gets a backhander on Caron, who makes yet another save. He's got the linesman. Didn't handle it cleanly anyway. And they'll bring it to Hudson at center. Lane steps over the blue line. Somehow got that one in front, but right into the grasp of Jack Malone, who can clear with 2:40 left.
Keeping an eye on the goaltender here for Boston University. Still in the net, not even looking at the bench right now.
Hughes a hard dump in. Now Powell behind the net. Hughes got a stick to it. Came loose to Hudson. He hammered that one back to center. And now Willander stepping in front of Pozma. 2:20 to go. Hudson will kick it to the stick and skate forward. Long distance shot. Gloved by Fowler. And just as that shot went
by Gauthier, and then of course the empty netter. What a perfectly played defensive unit. The ability to turn that into offense so quickly. That's what makes this BC team special. BU is going to pull their goalie again. They're going to still try to get one back here.
There is time. Tuck had it taken away. There's a window for Gasso. Gets it to Gauthier. Does he have another? Not yet. Jelvik gets the rebound. Banged around to Gauthier. Still 6 on 5. And they'll bring it back to center with Powell. 1:22 to go.
Yeah, that first empty netter came so quickly that there's still a ton of time left in this.
Nice block there from Lane Hutson. Gauthier finds it. Pushed it just wide. Luke Tuck. Ahead to Macklin. Celebrini couldn't get it back to the middle. Gauthier let it go. And the Eagles have scored again. Andre Gasso from